Nobody in Nigeria will become an activist by virtue of circumstance. No one, I wasn't born an activist, but we are all circumstantial activists, courtesy of the ruling class that we have in Nigeria, visionless ruling class that we have in Nigeria. All of us have become activists. Now, if you look at this paper, the authority, they're saying convoke national dialogue now. Who are these people? Anglican bishops. So all of them are fit talk now. All right. That's the first paper I have today. Monday 14th of June 2021. I go to the next paper. Now, look at the people here. Governors. Governors welcome the new whalers in town. The people who have failed to even do the right thing in their respective states. Governors will now look at this. Why are they wailing? Excuse me. So governors are wailing. They say security challenges are getting worse. The Zamfara state governor is crying. He also says banditry has reverted to what it used to be before his administration. Federal government has failed Nigerians on security. Governor Bello Masari of Katsina is also complaining. They are blasting Buhari for deteriorating security in different parts of the country. Gentlemen and ladies, you are welcome once again. But what is important, even again, is that on the third paper I have today, which is Tribune, food prices are increasing. Now, a bag of rice, it's official. A bag of rice is now more expensive. Now, a bag of rice is now more than the basic minimum wage. You have not bought fuel. You have not bought pepper. You have not bought oil. No salt yet. No Maggi. A bag of rice is now higher than the minimum wage. And I'm supposed to wait until we have a new republic without a date. Yes, I want a new republic. But are you giving me the impression, like the Christians would do, give impression to people that they should not worry, they should endure all the problems of the earth, all the crises, be poor, if they push you, just keep shifting. Keep shifting until you vanish. After all, there's a heaven waiting for you. No. We are still on earth. We are still members of this earth. And at least we should at least defend our dignity before the promised republic or the promised paradise, if it will be a paradise. At least for now, I should defend myself. I should exist before then now. Food prices have gone high. And it's pushing more Nigerians into poverty because the basic necessities of life, basic salaries cannot afford. On New Telegraph, Kola Abiola of MKO, Abiola June 12th man, the first son, is making a system. He says we need to disrupt Nigeria's political system. There are some people that should not talk, and they have not been talking. But for them to be talking and making this statement, you don't read now. No. I mean, check it out. Ordinary people have been talking for a while and saying, see, if the poor no longer have something to eat, it will get to a time they will start looking at the rich and hitting them up. It don't de-rich them. It don't de-rich them. And I want to go to the next paper. Punch. Now this is another important thing. Another important story. I'm sorry, just a quick one. I'm replying somebody for something important here. Okay. Now Buhari's cow roots gazette doesn't exist. You know, if you recall 2 days ago, that insisted that there must be open grazing. Okay, let me allow the comments to start coming in. Let me allow them to start to start displaying. So you can keep the comments. Yeah, continue commenting, people. I'll leave them on the screen. So Buhari's cow roots gazette, you know, 2 days ago he said that he insists that there must be open grazing, that they are going to, he ordered Malami to revisit some old gazettes that existed nowhere. They want to create a new one and make it look like it existed before. Roots for grazing. Now they have all their men in the respective forest reserves, and they are now trying to put the names and list them up. Oh, this one is here, this one is here, this one. Oh yeah, give us the list of the places you pass. Let us now put them up as a list, that these are normal open grazing routes. Let them still be using it now. No gazette existed anywhere before, but they are trying to collect list of routes being used by herdsmen, you know, compile them together and present it as gazettes of open grazing routes before. It never existed. What existed before were ranches that you closed. The same people. Now that is another instructive message there. The people who closed anything that functioned before and they now want to come back, don't give them a chance again, no matter how any party packages them. Let's not give them a chance anymore. Let's demarket them instantly. Don't allow it again. We should have gone farther than this. But somebody is taking us decades back. It's unfortunate. Now they are now state government are now insisting that no, it is now states versus federal government. Say no, we insist on ban to open grazing. We are not going to have the open grazing because those your cow roots gazette does not exist. So our grazing ban remains. We maintain that we ban open grazing, even despite that Buhari says that they are coming up to present, routes. I'm just going to move on to the next. Now, let me quickly just show this. If you see this, let me take the comment off temporarily. Now, look at the red lettering there. It says, show us grazing route in Ondo if it exists. That is Akeredolu telling federal government. Say, oh yeah, if it exists before, show us the one in Ondo state, for instance. But the fact remains it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist anywhere. Doesn't exist. And it's quite funny. I want to thank you, Botan Afonja, for that super chat on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's a way to support voices that are speaking right. Mainstream media in the country gets patronage by government. We don't want patronage by government because we want to remain on the side of truth. We want to keep telling the truth. All right? And it's difficult to do that in Nigeria. But if you have support by the audience who want the truth, if you have support, we will be able to do more. More is expected on the path of truth too. So we appreciate those of you who are supporting with super chats on YouTube. God bless you. So I bring back corruption under Buhari is fueling insecurity. That's the report. That there is huge, massive corruption under Buhari, and it is fueling insecurity because a lot of people are corrupt, and Buhari is looking there, and that is Mr. Integrity for you, for instance. Mr. Integrity, corruption under him is fueling insecurity because corrupt people are fueling it, and it's looking the other way. I have two more papers. The Guardian is the next. Twitter and Facebook are undecided on federal government's licensing order as losses continue to increase. Now, who are the people incurring these losses? There are a lot of people whose businesses are now dependent on the internet, social media. People advertise their products, they can't afford shop or rent. In fact, the mode of distribution of goods these days is no longer physical. People go online, look for what they want. Okay, once it gets to adverts, link them to, oh, are you looking for this? I have it. Just place your order on my channel. And they advertise on Twitter, Facebook, and social media. And people who are also looking for this product find them there. They place the order, they use dispatch riders to deliver them. That is a new means of doing business. But now you are shutting down the social media against people. Now Twitter doesn't really know whether they want to accept your licensing, because anything Nigerian government licenses is prone to abuse by government. They seize your freedom to do what is right. They want you to do what the regime wants. And that in itself is dangerous. You can't cocoon us. You cannot restrict people to just what the regime wants. Where's the place of freedom? Where's the place? So Twitter cannot, even if you want to take license, the license that dictates, that has terms of dictation, that limits us to only what government wants, only what the regime, you can't even call it the government, only what the regime, the ruling class wants, is going to be inimical to freedom of people, to expression. So Twitter and Facebook are still skeptical as to, do we subject ourselves to this kind of terms for a license? No. If you accept it in a country, other countries will want to follow suit and they'll start gagging the press. They'll start gagging the media. And that will be the most disastrous thing ever. Gagging the media is the most disastrous. Because if people already, they are trying to criminalize protest, free protest, freedom of expression. Now the social media we are managing, you want to still ban it. Ban everything. If you give me a license, that means any word I want to use to say my mind that this is the way this thing is, as long as you don't approve it, would not be allowed to go to here. Really? So where's the freedom? That is another news for you on The Guardian. And the last one I have today. There's Uproar over plan to reopen grazing routes. And I won't say more than that because I talked about it before. Buhari is insisting that so this brings us back to the topic. Anytime somebody says, oh, you see, Buhari is not the one talking, we trust him. Really? It is Garba Shehu talking his own. It is Femi Adesina just saying his nonsense. It is Lai Mohammed lying to us. It's not a lie. This man is so arrogant that he doesn't want to talk to Nigerians. So he's telling those ones to say what he wants us to hear. Oh, Buhari can never say that. He's a gentleman. He's a good man. He's a democratic person. He's a detribalized. Maybe you can see he has come out by himself to say it, because even those ones who were taking the bullet for him before are tired of taking the bullets. They no longer have the body to absorb any more bullets. I mean, taking the insult for him, they are already tired. So he has to come out and start saying it by himself. He has said it, that the routes must be open for open grazing again. So if you thought it was Femi Adesina was saying it before, or if you thought it was Lai Mohammed saying his own thing, or if you thought it was Garba Shehu, now you know it is Buhari saying all of these things through them. Now you know. Buhari is dead. It is Malami that is in charge. It is Lai Mohammed and others that are doing that. No. Buhari is still the same copist of the 1983. Buhari is still the same dictator and the tyrant, the fascist, the feudal lord of the 1980s. It's still the same Buhari in 2021. It's the most unfortunate thing that has ever happened to a people in a country. The most unfortunate thing that will ever happen to a people. Calculate the decades, calculate the generation. 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2021. How many decades is still the same feudal lord ruling Nigeria? And you want to complain when the rest of the world is moving further in digitalism? We still have an analogous person holding the country down, holding the country seriously down to his own analog taste. That's where we are. Gentlemen and ladies, I close the broadcast here today, this morning. I close it here as I give you should I give you Ojoro? Should I give you Ojoro, or should I give you Vagabonds in Power? I think Vagabonds in Power matches. Larry Safari, over to you. People, bye for now.
Message, my people just they suffer, suffering and smiling.